You know how the right likes to say that people and companies cave to a woke agenda, right? There's a group of people that want you to think a certain way, and if you don't think the way that they think, then they force you to bend a knee to them, and people just do that. They bend a knee and just give in to what the other people think. I'm not one to sit here and tell you that Donald Trump has ever had any truly strong convictions about anything other than self-preservation and the almighty dollar. But there was a point in time when Trump actually defended trans people to some degree. But not anymore. This is where we're at now.
Today, the United States Supreme Court allowed the Trump administration to enforce its ban on trans service members. In a brief, unsigned order with no explanation, because that's how the emergency docket works, over the dissent of the court's 3 liberal justices, the Supreme Court stayed a lower court judge's order that had essentially blocked the Trump administration from enforcing its ban on trans service members. The Trump administration had argued that without a stay of this judge's order, it would be a period far too long for the military to be forced to maintain a policy that it has determined in its professional judgment to be contrary to military readiness and the nation's interests. The group of service members challenging the ban had argued that without the stay, it would upend the status quo by allowing the government to immediately discharge thousands of transgender service members, including the folks who were challenging this ban, thereby ending distinguished careers and gouging holes in military units. So now, while the litigation continues to play out, the Trump administration will be allowed to enforce its ban.
That's Donald Trump's administration arguing before the Supreme Court, or arguing in court, I should say, that they should be allowed to get rid of trans people in the military because it damages our military readiness, which is A, not true, but B, Trump didn't have a problem with trans people in areas before.
You leave it the way it is. There have been very few complaints the way it is. People go, they use the bathroom that they feel is appropriate. There has been so little trouble. And the problem with what happened in North Carolina is the strife and the economic punishment that they're taking. So I would say that's probably the best.
Do you have any transgender people working in your organization?
I don't know.
No?
I really don't know. I probably do. I really don't know.
So if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses?
That is correct.
Okay.
Become a very hot subject. It's being talked about all over the world right now, that whole thing. This is a young woman who, according to the laws of Canada and according to the laws of the United States, is allowed to enter the pageant system. What I did is I said, we have 58 contestants in Canada. I said, let her run, and maybe she'll win. And if she wins, she'll go to Miss Universe. And I think I made the right decision. I feel fine with the decision.
So Trump clearly didn't have a problem with trans people for at least a period in his life. So what happened? Did he cave? Did he bend a knee to the far right?